Well, the crowd at that end rising to the Castleford heroes. John Joyner leading his side on the pitch. And I think this very big crowd must be approaching the 90,000, surely enjoying this match. Very tight, very close, but some good rugby being played.
Just interrupting Ray there for a moment, because an important change there. You'll see it's Dundee 0, Hearts 0. We were misinformed about a Dundee goal. It hasn't happened, which is great news for Hearts fans. And if that were to stay the same, then Hearts would win the title. They need a point today north of the border. Celtic need to score 4, but they need Hearts to be beaten. But the score is Dundee 0, Hearts 0, not 1-0 in favour of Dundee, as we were misinformed earlier on. Back to Ray French.
And Hull Kingston Rovers coming out on the pitch there, I thought, with a little bit more bounce and a little bit more spring in their step. I think the coach, Roger Millward, probably had a good word with them. He's probably G'd them up. But all to play for. Just that 1 point there. The drop goal, in fact, from Beardmore. That's the difference. And the man who scored that try, excellent centre play. Used his wingman plunge to good effect. Fooled David Laws. And Her Royal Highness Princess Alexandra coming back. I think she must have enjoyed the first 40 minutes. Let's hope this second half is just as good. The Earl of Derby looking after her. So Robin Whitfield then about to get the second half underway. And John Doherty to restart. Again, kicks it deep.
I think they'll want to have a little bit of time in the Castleford half, Ray, in the early stage of this first half. They'll realise that the longer Castleford's in front, the harder they are going to be to beat.
Sandy. Bob Beardmore having a good game there, bringing this loose forward. Ian French onto the ball, running well off Beardmore to Johnson. That's a good pass, that cuts out Doherty. Joyner inside to Lord, good linking up, back to Marchant. Very elusive customer, this Tony Marchant. Had a call this week from Cliff Watson in Australia, and other good friend of ours over there, and said 1 or 2 players to look out for. Alec has certainly seen some good players in Great Britain now.
Well, it's nice to hear about people like Cliff Watson and Brian Todd. I hope all the people in Australia and New Zealand are really enjoying the game as much as we are. It's a tremendous game, and they look forward to seeing some of these lads over there.
Peter Johnson. Emma. And the temperature beginning to rise there now, Alec. It's really hotting up here in the stadium.
I think it'll be begin to rise down on the field in a few minutes if this score stays like it is, Ray, because Old Kingston really are not throwing the ball about like we're used to seeing, and they look very, very straightforward play.
To Fairburn. Well, a bit of a gamble, this selection, but that's a good pass again to Sandy. Can't he beat a man, this little man? And he loves his game. He's tapping the ball to himself. Back to Johnson. Ketteridge. Bob Beardmore. Controlling things, this scrum half, Bob Beardmore. I know he feels he's got a lot to prove to the Great Britain coach, Maurice Bamford. Left him out of the summer training squad. And there's a big, strong prop who's been put into the summer training squad. Kevin Ward picked to put a bit of beef into that front row. Beardmore again. Little chip, it's a dangerous one. Probes relaxed, and it's a try. Yes, a little chip. And I don't Prome realised what was happening. But Bob Beardmore, he'd gone round the back of Prome. Prome just stood there, Alec.
Well, really, what you've got to say here, this is very, very bad play indeed. Good play by Robert Beardsmore, but just watch Gary Prome here. Kick the ball dead, but never do this, and Bob Beardsmore does get there.
Yes, just how casual can you be? I don't really think Bob Beardmore ever envisaged scoring this try. But Gary Prome, he seems to freeze just there, and it's a try. And we saw Bob Beardmore, he picked up 2 tries in the semi-final, and he picked those up from nothing, both close in, and there's another. And again, if you're going to score a try, the time to score a try is either side of the half-time.
Well, this is it. I cannot believe this. Bob Beardsmore surely couldn't have hoped to score off this, but Gary Prome, he must have had a blackout.
And I think as well, Alec, we noticed George Fairburn was actually slowly coming across. I think he thought Gary Prome had covered him. But difficult kick for Kettridge. Well, he's curled it round. No, just to the right of the posts. £11 points to 6 for Castleford now.
We'll have to see now, Ray, what effect that has on Old Kingston Rovers, because that could be a really crucial part of this game. It was a really bad try, something Old Kingston Rovers could have done without.
And that's a silly mistake. Roger Millward, the coach for Rovers, doesn't look too happy. I'm sure he'll want to know what Gary Prome was doing there. And a drop out beneath the posts. To Kelly. Gary Prome. That's a good pass from Smith. That's a good ball to Fairburn. This is better from Hull Kingston Rovers now. Prome. To Harkin. Johnson. This Castleford defence, very strong, very tight. Coming up in pairs to the tackle. Harkin again to Emma. I think Paul Harkin could do with missing 1 or 2 of the men out, but there's a high kick. Well, he's missed it. Johnson has it. Here's pressure now. Six tackles now for Hull Kingston Rovers. What can they do? Dorahy to Miller. Good pass to Gary Prome. No, good tackle. Excellent tackle from Keith England. Prome was looking for the line there. To Harkin. Dummy. But well read by Kevin Beardmore. Good pressure from Hull Kingston Rovers here. To Dorahy. Johnson.
I think Old Kingston Ray could do with a try here, because they're putting the pressure on and in the right position.
To Miller. Well, it's a melee. Robbie Whitfield there, I don't think he knows who's got the ball. I think he's waiting till somebody comes up with it. And it's Castleford. And a timely ball to come up with there from the full-back, Gary Lord. When people talk about Wembley nerves, it's strange to see Castleford looking very confident, yet not a single member of the side ever played at Wembley before, Alex.
That's right. Well, it affects you in different ways, Ray. It rather makes you into a great side or it destroys you. But I am very, very concerned with the way Gavin Miller is playing in this game. Surely Roger Millwood would be far better off bringing number 15 on, who is fit, because Gavin Miller is definitely not fit. George Fairburn.
Oh, good tackle. This lad Keith England, number 11, getting through a fine stint of tackling for Rovers. Johnson. Well, he lost the ball, Peter Johnson, but he lost it going backwards, so it's not a knock-on. Emma. To Harkin. To Miller. Well, a silly pass, a sloppy pass again. Hyde gets it out. But no. Referee Robin Whitfield spotted an offence, a knock-on. And certainly, as you were saying, Gavin Miller looks to be struggling. He doesn't look happy with his game. We know the sort of quality football this lad can play. Has been the best loose forward in Great Britain this season, and certainly not producing the game on this match. That's a good heel. Dorahy. But good work there. Any young loose forward watching, number 13 there, Ian French, came out of that scrum well, covered across field. Castleford still 11 points to 6 in the lead. Zuckermer hurling his 15 stone there at those amber and black Castleford shirts. And Kelly, I get the feeling that this Rovers pack is coming a little bit stronger now, Alan.
Yes, they're going to have to do as well, Ray, because they're doing very little else, and they're not relying on the three quarters. I think it's man-for-man play, just slipping the ball to forwards and hoping that a break's going to come from it.
Harkin. That's a good ball, but no. Mike Smith knew that it was the sixth tackle. He elected to take the chance of a scrum. Just 10 minutes gone in this second half. Referee there, Robin Whitfield, keeping a tight rein on the game, having a very good game. The second occasion at Wembley. Refereed here in 83. And a penalty. Fine tradition of witness referees here Robin Whitfield is following. When you think we've had Ronnie Campbell, Mick Norton and George Phillips pre-war, tremendous tradition that witness has produced. Oh, and that's a good kick. Castleford. Ketteridge. To Beardmore. Oh, good ball from Johnson. But Ian French well met in the tackle there. Beardmore. Kevin Beardmore. Harkin. Well, this little lad, Paul Harkin, he was here at Wembley in 81 and he's not giving up. He's pushing his side on. To Miller. Watkinson.
There still doesn't seem anybody, Ray, in this Hull Kingston side that's willing to run with the ball. It's turning the ball back in the middle, and it's just suiting Castleford.
Oh, that's a good pass from Emma. Johnson, he's got Gary Prone with him. He delayed the pass, but I think he had to do. David Plange was shadowing Gary Prone. Oh, and that's a bad knock-on. Well, David Watkinson, he's the skipper, and he looked at the man who passed him the ball, but I'm sorry, David, you had your eye off the ball when that came to you. It definitely wasn't the passer's mistake. Must keep your eye on the ball when it's coming to you. Oh, and that's a good scrum. There's some drive going in there. And a penalty. Yes, Castleford scrum half there, Bob Beardmore. He knew that his side were being pushed back. It was a despairing effort. I think he knew that Old Kingston Rovers had the ball and he risked being offside and he was penalised. A differential penalty, of course. You can't go for goal in rugby league. The only time he can go for a goal at a scrum is for foul play. Andy Kelly. Harkin, Doherty. This looks promising. George Fairburn. Peter Johnson. But there's the problem with Hull Kingston Rovers. One forward coming, Johnson looking for support play there, nobody following on. The two half-backs, Doherty and Harkin, trying to create the play, but that lack of flow between the half-backs, forwards and three-quarters. Harkin, Miller, Broome.
With all this pressure, Ray, you know, Hull Kingston Rovers have got to put some points on the board, because the more they're in the south, the more Castleford are getting confidence.
Doherty. Oh, that was a good interception for Bob Beardmore. He read that so well. And a penalty, yes. Paul Harkin interfering at the play of the ball. Didn't allow Beardmore to play the ball to himself. He was stood behind him, tugged at his shirt. And Bob Beardmore just readjusting the jersey. Castleford supporters really getting behind their side now. Just that 5-point gap, 11 points to 6. Trying to go would put Rovers in charge again. Johnson. Good slip pass to Beardmore. Ian French. Oh, that's a good dummy. French again. This is the difference between the Castleford and the Hull Kingston Rovers pack. Castleford putting 2 or 3 passes together in a very short space. Joyner. 15 minutes gone of this second half. 6 tackle coming up. And I wouldn't be surprised to see another attempted drop, but somebody's hurt. And certainly Jeff Plummer, the Hull Kingston Rovers physiotherapist, wanted here. It looks like number 12 there, Des Harrison. Possibly caught his head in the tackle. That doesn't look too good, Alec, does it?
No, it doesn't, and I think one of the only times that the referee can stop the play, Ray, is when a man is in a dangerous position and interfering with play. Now, obviously, this is one of those positions.
And the Castleford physiotherapist nicely coming on to it, help to attend to him. Oh, this is a sad occasion at Wembley. A stretcher coming on. And John Lydiot, Roger Millward, just having a word with him. Well, John Lydiot will be keen to come on. Keen to show his paces. 1 or 2 clubs in Australia are looking at this lad. He's offered to go over there if a club will take him, so now is his chance. But sad to get a chance like this. And it looks like a shoulder injury.
Well, I think there was a sheer accident. This has 2 forwards going here. John Joyner goes down here, and I think he comes in late. He's not in the tackle yet. He's just coming in now. And I think one of his own men have actually hit him with his head and caught him in the throat.
Yeah, but it could possibly be a jaw injury, Alec, or he has broken his arm earlier in the year in the first round that we saw on the screen in January. But a sad exit there for Des Harrison. Getting a good round of applause from the crowd. Let's hope he soon recovers over the summer. And John Lydiot, eager to come on. Utility back. Restarted. Beardmore again, trying the same trick. But not this time. Well taken by David Laws. That kick from Beardmore, but well worth trying. And it was offside. Robin Whitfield, the judging that Tony Marchant was in front of the ball when it was kicked. And we just hear that Des Harrison really has a very bad bout of concussion. I'm surprised Roger Millwood didn't bring Gordon Smith on. He brought Gordon Smith on in the semi-final when Hull KR were lacking, Alec, and he moved the ball about well, didn't he?
Yes, I think so, Ray, and I think he needs a little bit of new blood now, because certainly if there has been any worries about people like Gordon Smith coming on the field, I think I should send him on now, because Gavin Miller and Smith are really struggling. This fella number 13, he's normally buzzing all over the park. Today, the biggest moment of his life and probably the biggest letdown.
Well, let's hope Miller can get back in the game. He's a hard customer, and all credit to the lad. If he has got a leg injury, it takes guts to go out there with it. That's a good kick. Still only 5 points difference between the two sides, despite Castleford's territorial dominance. Trying to go would put Rovers back in the driving seat. Kelly. Big second row, this Andy Kelly, cost Rovers £60,000 from Wakefield Trinity. Miller to Doherty. Oh, that's a good run, but a good cover tackle. Superb cover tackle there from Ian French. Covering behind the line to Lydiot. And a penalty. Yes, Robin Whitfield judging that John Doherty struck somebody. "20 minutes gone, Castleford still 11 points to 6. And doesn't John Doherty look disconsolate with himself there? He's led away a prime position. Lack of discipline there, and that's very unusual in an Australian player. We get accustomed for their players to be very well disciplined on the field. Beardmore.
I think really Hull Kingston Rovers, Ray, have only themselves to blame, because they've had territorially all the advantage, but they're not creating the chances when they get in the danger area, and things like that should never happen at Wembley.
Beardmore to Kevin Wall. Well, it's not a high-scoring game as yet, like last season's final, but certainly plenty of excitement here. The trophy still not anybody's destiny. Bob Beardmore, that's a good pass to his brother Kevin. These two twin brothers, very keen. Not the first twins, the Drake twins. Bill and Jim played for Hull here. David Laws. Good run. Good recovery run there, out of defence by David Laws. Johnson. To Miller. Oh, well, I was just about to say well picked up, but I think referee Robin Whitfield must have sharper eyes than I've got here. Judged the knock on there. Doherty, the Rovers number 6, working very hard to get this Hull Kingston Rovers machine ticking. Joyner. Oh, good run from Jordan. He's got Jamie Sandy with him. Well, he's beaten. Now then, it's a race between Sandy and Fairburn. And the little man's in. Yes, he's in. I think, like Alex Murphy said earlier in the match, this man is so small, 5'4".
Well, here he is, Tom Thumb, good ball here now as John Joyner gets the ball. This is magnificent standoff play. He's a big lad, this is what we was talking about this morning, but here's a little midget. Tom Thumb slips round him, slips past him. He's still a lot to do. George Fairbairn looks as though he's going to nail him. He looks as though he's going to be nailed by Gary Clark, but obviously he's strong, and that's a good try.
Yes, and I think this just wasn't pace from Jamie Sandy here. He has an awful lot to do. We said he was 5'4". We said he was 11 stone. But just look at the determination in that lad. Sheer strength. George Fairbairn, he's no mug coming across. And just look at the determination the lad gets there. They'll love that try up in East in Brisbane. And Sandy, well, he's pleased with himself. Castleford substitute there, David Ruckley. Ready to be coming on. Kevin Ward geeing his forwards up. And Kettridge taking the kick whilst Gary Lord comes off. Very brave decision by Malcolm really to play this youngster. Played very few games this year. An amateur not 12 months ago with the Stanley Rangers club. But how well he's been a credit to the amateur club and to Castleford itself. And the substitution allows David Ruckley to get a game as well. A difficult kick for Kettridge. But that strong breeze that we had earlier in the game has relapsed somewhat now. Attempts to swing it round, but no. But nevertheless, Alec, at 15 points to 6, well, Castleford in control.
Yes, 15-6, Ray, and I think rightly so. They've looked the better side, they've took the chances well, and really, looking at this old Kingston Rovers side, you've got to ask yourself, what can they do now? There's a lot of players out there who are either unfit or very, very tired.
Yes. Just 15 minutes to go, and I think we can have a lot of sympathy there for Coach Roger Millward. I rang him this morning, and he could only name his side at 12 o'clock. He's had one or two players. John Dorothy has had a bout of flu. Peter Johnston's had a stomach bug. And Gavin Miller's had a leg strain. But it's not over yet. I think there are many of us, Alec, who've seen Challenge Cups go from one side to the other in the last 15 minutes.
That's right, all you need is a try, but they're going to need it quickly, Ray, because the more confidence Castleford gets, they're holding the ball, they're supporting the man with the ball, and they're doing the basics right.
And this is one man who is doing the basics right, Bob Beardmore, bringing these forwards onto the ball. But not like that. Now then, chance for Hull Kingston Rovers. They've really got to do something with this ball. But that's significant there. Paul Harkin having to come back inside. No support play to put the ball to. Peter Johnson. That's a good pass to Kelly. Now there's an example, Alec, looking for support and nobody coming on the ball.
Well, that's right, and that must tell you, Ray, that there is men on that field who can't get to them positions, because Andy Kelly was showing the ball for a good 10 minutes there, and really, Old Kingston Rovers have got to come back in this game.
Harkin, high kick. Oh, well taken. Very well taken by David Ruckley. He is a full-back normally. And just look at that little lad again, he's coming into the play. He's using all of that 11 stone to good effect. What a day for him. That's a bad drop. Puts Rovers back on the attack. To Miller. Mike Smith. Emma. Had a very sound game, this prop, Zook Emma. Took a lot of the balls at first and second receiver, driving the game in. Harkin. Fairbairn linking up well. Kelly. Well, still going. Did well to keep hold of that, Andy Kelly. Gary Prome. Oh, just look at the time, and he's given the try. Yes. What a surprise, Gary Prome. Well, he was deceived by that try earlier on with Bob Beardmore, and he's deceived everybody himself. It looked as if he was going into touch under a cloud there of the Castleford players.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ray, he might have let a try in, but this try certainly took some scoring. This is very, very strong man. He's got 3 men round him and just pops it over the line.
And I think here, Alec, we must compliment Robin Whitfield on his refereeing here. If we just look at these yellow shirts over the top, but just look at that arm. And Robin was positioned perfectly behind the line to his right-hand side. And 4 points from Gary Prome. Well, Alec, what we were saying, the cup can change hands in the last 15 minutes. 15-10 now to Castleford, and this goal could be the vital one.
And that's right. And Robin Whitfield here, that was a great decision by him. He was right up with play. But just going back to Wilkinson Rovers now, John Doherty, who's kicking this goal, Mr. Cool, and if he kicks this goal, Castleford are really going to be under a lot of pressure again, because I've got a feeling Wilkinson Rovers will throw everything at him.
"99 goals to his credit. Can he celebrate his 100th kick of the season with this one? A lot of pressure on the lad. No, wrong direction. But still the vital difference, only 5 points between the two sides. A try and a goal from Rovers could snatch the trophy. "11 minutes to go, and could we have a dramatic 11 minutes now?" This is the period when players begin to get tired, and I think here is a good tactical substitution possibly. Gordon Smith, usually a scrum half or standoff, and I think Roger Milford is bringing this lad on, a fresh lad, to move the ball about the field.
Well, I can't believe what I've just seen from this bench, Ray. Roger Millwood actually was bringing Gavin Miller off. He's brought Andy Kelly off, and I don't think he's too happy about it, and still left Gavin Miller on, who's not raised a gallop all afternoon. I don't think this fella's too happy.
Well, happy or not, as you know, Alec, at St Helens, the coach is in charge, and it's Wilkinson Rovers with the ball in their hands. Gordon Smith. Miller. And there is some determination from Gavin. Johnson. Roger Millward, I think, wanting to use Gordon Smith to help move the ball out a little bit wider. I think he feels that Gary Prome, if he can get the ball, can do some damage. And the 6th tackle. Harkin. Now straight down Ruthless throat. Somewhat of a surprise when this boy Rookley was relegated to substitute.
There's got to be one flash from somewhere for Wilkinson Rovers. They've got to have somebody with pace, with strength, who wants to run with the ball and take Castleford on.
Johnson. Looking to get that pass out. Notice how the Wilkinson Rovers side try to clamp the ball to Johnson's chest, stop him from getting those one-handed passes. Ian French. Good run of this number 13 from Wyndham Manley, but not quite escaped the grips of the tackling. Beardmore chipped through again to David Laws. Bob Beardmore there for Castleford, I think playing the old soldier, chipped the ball through and immediately ran straight into the opposition. An old trick. And Castleford bringing a substitute on here now. Stuart Horton, the hooker, played in all the previous cup rounds. And I think one of the reasons for bringing these substitutes on, Alec, the temperature really must be soaring down there now. The sun's streaming down.
Yes, I think that is a problem there. There's a lot of tired lads out there, but for Old Kingston Rovers, they have got to move the ball outside. They're just holding the ball. I mean, look at this, for instance, here now. Gary Prome tackled in possession when all they've got to do is to move the ball out wide. They cannot score down the middle.
Doherty, nice sidestep from Doherty. But look who's underneath it. Bob Beardmore, and a lovely pass to Jamie Sandy. That was class rugby. And he's taken a knock in the process. Gary Hyde. Johnson. Good ball. But that was a wild pass to Miller. Can Hulkinson Rovers make something of it? Smith to Emma. Always made a break. But again, nobody with him. To Harkin now. Rovers back in the game. Mike Smith. Doherty. Fairburn. Paul Harkin again. But no. 3 or 4 passes there, put in pace at speed, but not really going forward. But this is the one man who is going forward. Having a good game, this lad.
He's playing very well, Zuckerman, but I still believe this game has got to be won outside. There's Gary Clark on the wing there, even time man, and he's not had a pass all the game.
Yes. George Fairburn. Well covered by Fairburn. To Doherty. But he's stranded here, he's alone on this wing. And a good tackle by David Plange. Laws. But certainly these two wingmen for Hulkinson Rovers, Laws and Clark, both Great Britain squad players, as dangerous as anybody in the game. But the ball just isn't getting to them. Emma. But a lot of pressure. Score only 15 points to 10 for Castleford. Trying a goal would clinch it for Rovers. Probe. And good sensible play there from Harkin. It was the 6th tackle. Paul Harkin, number 7 for Rovers, knew that if he played that ball, the ball would have been handed over to Castleford, so he's willing to risk the scrum, take a 50-50 ball. And substitute there, Kevin Beardmore coming off. Been injured for a long time, and I think Mal really realises that Beardmore might be suffering a little bit with fitness. 5 minutes left. 5 points separating the two sides. Sandy.
Well, Ray, you can't halt this fella for art. He's had a tremendous game, the little lad. And really, when nobody's wanted to take the ball, he's always been there on hand.
I'm surprised Castleford are not kicking this ball very, very deep upfield in the closing minutes now, and you don't really want to be caught deep in your own half. Ketteridge. And the 6th tackle coming up. Rovers streaming back to get this ball. That's a good kick. Had a good game, Bob Beardmore. I think he'll be one of my candidates for the man of the match. Oh, good run here from Clark. Well, that just shows the danger of this Gary Clark. Great Britain wingman, very, very dangerous, and yet never been given a running chance. Almost been like a spectator stood out there watching the game. In fact, it's the first occasion I can remember him with the ball in his hands, Alex.
He's angled the ball, Ray, twice in almost 80 minutes, once in the first half and once in the second. And if they're going to win the game, surely Hulkinson Rovers have got to throw caution to the wind.
Well, if they want to win the game, they've got 3 minutes to do it. And they've got 6 tackles to do it in. Watkinson. Trying to set a captain's example at this stage. Smith. That's a good ball from Gordon Smith to Laws. We just look at those yellow shirts streaming across there. There were 4 Castleford defenders there covering. Smith, Lydia. Miller. Could we see a dramatic up and under here from the Rovers side? Harkin, good ball to Prome. Two minutes left. 5 points separating these two sides. That's a good ball. There's some height in that. Ruckley's underneath it, and he's taking it well. Brilliant catch at this stage. The fate of the Challenge Cup could have hung on that ball, Alec.
Yes, I think them's the catches you've got to take, and young Ruckley then never took his eye off the ball, and if anybody's won a cup, that could be the catch.
To Kettridge. Castleford will play through these tackles. Kevin Ward, what better man to take the ball at this stage. He'll hold it, he'll hook that ball close to his chest. 1 minute to go, and I'm sure this Castleford side can sense victory, but that's a bad kick. Very bad kick. That means a scrum down now, and it's head and ball to Hull Kingston Rovers. They should take this ball. We will have some injury time. Harkin. To Miller, that's a good pass. To Smith. Lydiot. To Gary Clark. Oh, he's still running. Now then. 5 tackles to go. 5 points the difference. Coming up to injury time. Can Rovers do it? Gary Prome. That's a good dummy. He's still going. Back to Doherty. Back to David Laws. He's got some space. Oh, magnificent tackle. Magnificent tackle by that Ruckley. 40 minutes are up. But in injury time, last-ditch effort by Rovers. Here's a chance to Gary Prome, and he's in. John Lydiot's in. What drama. But in injury time. And John Lydiot's in for a try. What more could we have?
Well, are we going to see the cup clutched out of the way of Castleford? This is Hull Kingston's first real attack, and substitute John Lydiard takes the ball, catches it, and dives over in the corner. Can he kick the goal?
Well, 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 has there ever been a final quite like this? We're almost a minute into injury time, and John Lydiard goes over in the corner. And again, Robin Whitfield was decisive with that try, and I think there's a problem with that ball. Is he happy with the pressure? Yes, the ball has been changed. Now then, the man known throughout Australia, known throughout Great Britain as Mr. Joe Cool, John Doherty, has the chance to win the Challenge Cup for Hull Kingston Rovers. And if he misses, it surely must be Castleford's cup. And he's kicking with a brand new ball. Mr. Whitfield must have been concerned about the pressure on the previous ball. 2 minutes into injury time. 15-14 to Castleford. And just look at Malcolm Riley, David Sampson there, and Roger Millward. Everything hinges on this kick. I've never heard a roar like this. There are boos, there are cheers. Here he goes. It's not there. Castleford leap up in the air. Settle down, settle down. There's still time to play. 1 point between the two sides. Well, it was a tremendous kick for that lad. Every sympathy with him. I wouldn't like to have kicked it, Alec.
No, I think it was a tremendous effort by John Doherty, but it would have been injustice to Castleford, because really, Ray, they've been the better team. They really deserve to be in front, and really they deserve to win the Challenge Cup.
1 point in it. Can they come back? Gavin Miller, and all credit to this Hull Kingston Rovers side. They look down and out, 3 minutes into injury time, and here's a chance. But a good tackle. 4 tackles to go. Well, we said the last 15 minutes could change the destination of the Challenge Cup. Man of the match there, Bob Beardmore, and how well he's deserved it. Scored the try and directed the play. Oh, that's Castleford ball. But a knock on. A huge roar of relief came up from the Castleford section of the crowd there, but a knock on. And we've got 3.5 minutes now into injury time. We did have a long stoppage, if we remember, with the sad stretcher case of Des Harrison. 15 points to 14. Everything to play for. A year's hard work, hard graft. Oh, this is good play. Doherty. Out to Lydiot. Oh, but a good tackle. Superb tackle by Tony Marchant. 4 minutes of injury time now. Doherty again. To Mike Smith. But a knock on. There's the hooter. David Plans leaps in the air. I don't think Castleford can believe it. Tremendous ovation there from the Castleford crowd. And Bob Beardmore, number 7. Well, I think he had a point to prove to the Great Britain coach, Maurice Bamford, that he should be the man for the Great Britain spot. But he'll not be bothered now. He's won the Challenge Cup, and commiserations there. Nice to see the spirit that this game's been played in. But Castleford, aren't they delighted? This club, founded 60 years ago, winners on every appearance at Wembley. They disposed of Huddersfield in 1935, Salford in 1969, Wigan in 1970, and now they take Hull Kingston Rovers' scalp in 1986. And always they've been the underdogs, Alec, but they've deserved it.
They've come to the bookmakers' rescue, Ray. The 3-1 favourites have been tumbled and justifiably done. Because Castleford have gone about the game, they've done the job right, they've took the chances, and I think on the day they've deserved the results. It's absolutely fantastic down below. There's yellow and black flags everywhere. You cannot believe it. There must not be a person left in Castleford.
Yes, and what drama we had there with that last kick. How delighted. I bet that little lad would have been in tears if that last kick of John Doherty went over. Nice to see Roger Millward, a Castleford lad himself. Played for the Castleford club. Played for Castleford schoolboys alongside the Castleford coach Malcolm Wheely. And that's a nice touch. Commiserations with his captain David Watkinson. In rugby league you win some and you lose some, and this little man Roger has won every cup in the game. But sadly for him, not today. And Castleford on the way to receive the trophy. A local side, no costly overseas signings. Only Ian French and Jamie Sandy from Brisbane, 2 very moderately priced Australians. But that's the success Coach Mal Wheely has done. He's blended the local talent.